It's the waiter response. Like when the waiter says...
Right. Enjoy your meal, and you say, thanks, you too.
Yeah. We also staged some fake arrest videos. That was fun. And I still won.
And then, after that happened...
I won.
He slid into my DMs on Facebook and invited me to a barbecue at his house.
How does she feel being married to an absolute smoke show?
Oh my gosh! I feel so special. Every single day, he makes me feel so special. I'm in insurance and I don't even have health insurance because it's too expensive. How many times a day does she roll her eyes at you? Asked Tony.
She's going to give you the wrong number because the real number is much higher. You know that if you do that, you're going to your eyes are going to fall out of your head. It's science. Sometimes commenters just straight up sound like AI gibberish, and I don't know why that benefits anybody. Hello, welcome back to the He's Wrong, She's Right podcast. If the set looks different yet again, well, Nona even pushed the microphone away. It's because we are going to have on-set guests that we're going to record with later this evening for an episode that maybe Thursday will come out. Just depends on how many episodes we get through before they get here this evening. So,
very excited.
Yeah. Nona, thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming? What?
Saturday. It's an inside joke now, guys. So, we forgot the ladder. Oh, well. Nona gets a step ladderless episode.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, Nona had is that a Freudian slip? Is that what that is?
No.
What is it called when you do that?
Okay.
It's the waiter response. Like when the waiter says...
Right. Enjoy your meal, and you say, thanks, you too.
Yeah.
So we were being thanked for coming, and I said it right back to the person who invited us to come. Yeah. I said, thanks for coming instead of thanks for having us.
And I was like, this would be great for a podcast introduction, except it makes sense.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Yeah. Oh my God.
So when they come on, nobody would be any the wiser. Actually, it'd be if they said it to us.
He said that he was going to.
Okay, cool.
But then he literally said, but nobody would get it because it makes sense.
Yeah, they will now.
So when you guys watch that episode.
Yeah. If we're looking around weirdly, it's because the monitor is over here because I don't want to have to reconfigure everything multiple times. So I'm probably going to look over here. I know Nona is because, I messed a bunch of things up. Anyways, today we're answering your AMA.
Yes.
So
the number one question, let's dive right in.
Okay.
No, it's the number one overall question for the whole podcast.
Okay. How
did we meet?
Okay.
Because it got asked twice by the same person. So that was the number one question.
I think somebody else might have asked it. I have my screenshots on there, but I know where the thread is.
So yeah, Chris. I'm only saying first names. I'm not saying last names.
Chris actually won one of our giveaways a couple months ago. So frequent comment.
I had no idea.
You guys have probably seen him in the comments if you commented on YouTube.
Okay. Well, yeah. Chris asked, how did we meet? Not once, but twice. So that's our number one question.
I think you would know who Sean and Mel are. The rest of the viewers or listeners probably wouldn't know. But
all right, so
if you guys are familiar with Drinking Bros podcast and the groups that JT and Black Rifle and blah 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 made back years ago, our neighbors, she used to live in the neighborhood too before we even met. We're having a 4th of July party in 2020 during COVID, and we all had to be outside and blah blah blah. Cops had to come, and it was fun times. But she was out at the end of the driveway.
Okay, no. Pause. So this was obviously during COVID times. Everybody was, July, the world had been shut down for 4+ months at that point. So everybody in the neighborhood at that point was kind of feeling like, all right, we're in the neighborhood. We kind of see each other. We're going to make this a thing, but, do what you want. And he was at his friend's backyard party and front yard party, whatever. And I was at my friend's backyard party for 4th of July, and everybody was going to shoot off their own fireworks in North Carolina, obviously. Fireworks are illegal, so...
No. They're not illegal. And if you have a pyrotechnic license, whatever, Sean went through the whole process of doing that.
Okay.
But fireworks that are banned from sale in North Carolina are anything that has a projectile that leaves the ground. So if it's like, if it's a fountain that shoots sparks in the air, it's perfectly fine. I actually think there's some small bottle rockets that are okay.
I don't know. But so we both owned houses in the same neighborhood. Purely coincidental, had never met each other previously. Nope. And just stumbled upon each other completely by accident just because I was at my friend's house and he was at his friend's house.
I was on FaceTime with Santa. Santa, if you're watching or listening.
And his friend's mom went up to him and said, "Hey, Drew, you need to go outside. There's a chick outside with boobs." Mm-hmm. And I was outside monitoring my children on the slip and slide bounce house thing, being a mom.
Yeah, they rented this big, long slip and slide deal for 4th of July and put it on the side of the house.
Yeah, so my kids obviously saw that from my friend's backyard and said, "Hey, Mom, can we pretty please go over there?" And I said, "If you ask nicely, you can go over there." So they did. They asked.
We also staged some fake arrest videos. That was fun.
But the point being, I was off to the side, not engaging with anybody because I was just kind of
Your 3 other friends, or were there 2 other friends or whatever?
Yeah. I was not engaging with any extra people. I mean, I was only hanging out with my girlfriends, and I was not in the mindset to meet anybody at that point. I had literally... No.
I'm just that beautiful.
So my friend at the time had already spoken with your friend about setting me up. Mm-hmm. And your friend had somebody there who they were working together to set me up with, not you.
And I still won.
Your friend not once thought of you when she said, "Nona likes tall, dark, and handsome."
I was also like fresh off of a relationship.
So you were not thought of at all.
I was literally fresh off a relationship.
And I got very mad at them. And that's why I was staying off to the side, because I wanted no part of any potential setup. I was not interested in meeting anybody.
And I still won.
So I was being very standoffish, very cold. Intentionally, because I did not want to be set up.
And I still won.
And then after that happened,
I won.
He slid into my DMs on Facebook and invited me to a barbecue at his house, I believe 2 weekends after that. I believe it was obviously 4th of July that we kind of met. And by kind of met, I mean, we didn't actually have a conversation with each other. And I
waved
believe,
and yelled at you guys and told you to come watch the fireworks.
I believe your your barbecue was like the 16th or something like that. Oh. I politely declined and said that I was going to take the kids to either the beach or pool or something like that. And you just kept on talking to me and wouldn't stop. And that's where our relationship started.
I sent her all of like 3 or 4 messages.
That's not true at all.
That is true. Pull it up.
That's not true.
Pull up the tape. Come on, pull it up.
Okay. We've done this before.
Yeah, but they don't know this.
We've done. Okay. Right. Well,
while you're doing that,
reactivating Facebook Messenger.
I'm going to read you can do it right from the Facebook app. While she's pulling that up, Donald Lizotte, I hope that's how you say your name, asks, how does she feel
These are all the messages from Andrew.
How does she feel being married to an absolute smoke show?
Oh my gosh. I feel so special. Every single day, he makes me feel so special.
One of the guys.
So special.
One of the guys that I was with at RTB, Michael Rogers.
Oh, sorry. I was off by like 3 days, July 19th.
But how many without you responding?
Great. No.
How many messages without you responding? Because that's what matters.
Without me responding?
Yeah. You made it seem like I kept sending you messages and you weren't responding, but
No. I said after, let's see, hold on. I said after I politely declined, I said thank you for the invitation, but that I was going to take the kids to the pool or beach, and then you kept the conversation going.
Because I wasn't trying to date you at that point in time. I was just trying to make more friends.
Oh my God.
Show them this back and forth.
Okay, so here's how it started.
No, don't read it. This story's going on too long. Just show them this. You've already told the details.
Show them what?
That there's the back and forth. It's not me harassing you. It's us back and forth talking.
Right, but I didn't say you were harassing me. I said you kept the conversation going even though I politely declined.
And you responded. That's you keeping the conversation going too. Yeah, that's how it works. All right. What's your next one?
Okay, anyways. What's my dream vacation? Asked Michael. Eating my way across Italy. I would love to do that today.
You said Italy and Greece yesterday.
Yes, but my dream vacation
Would be
is
both.
eating my way across Italy. That is something I've always wanted to do.
What town do you think you would start at?
I identify as Italian, even though I'm not Italian.
What town would you want to start in?
I don't care. I would just be happy to be there, period.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. Would you rather start in the mountains and work your way down to Sicily?
Down to the coast?
Or Sicily and then work up to the mountains?
I guess mountains down to the coast. Yeah. Beautiful. I just want to eat all the pasta in the entire world.
But you would go to Sicily, right? You keep saying coast. I'm just asking to be clear.
I answered you yes.
Okay. All right. Nick Lavoie asks, when are you buying a boat? And I almost slipped up and responded to this, that either when we get a big sponsor and they give us a boat,
God.
or we hit the lottery, but I still have to buy a house first. So
Are you going to tell them the cash story with the lottery?
we can save that for another time.
Okay.
Cash has big dreams and aspirations. He's gonna hit the lottery.
Big dreams.
Yep. What you got? Or should I do more?
Are you ever wrong? Asked Matt to me. The answer is yes, I am wrong. And when I am wrong, I admit that I'm wrong.
Okay. I'm just kidding. She does. A couple times. Not every time. Not every time. There's some times when she just doesn't want to. Everybody does it, though, so it's okay. It's not a fault. She's very beautiful, and I love her. Okay. Antoine Whitney says, if you had a chance, top or bottom. But so hold on, we're gonna go through this. We're gonna go through this whole thread because it's multiple people kicking in on this, right?
Okay.
Jake Munt says, either way, she shoves a pillow in his face. Then Antoine responded with this GIF not a GIF. I've seen this as a GIF too, but I don't even know the reference of this image.
I'm giving bottom. He says.
If you guys know what this is from, comment it, because that's what Antoine's response was to Jake. And I've seen him use it a lot. I think it's actually his profile picture, or was. No, yeah, he's changed it.
Is he not a real person?
No, Antoine is. Antoine's a real person.
Okay.
Yeah, then he says, shake my head. Because I reacted to it. I didn't respond, but I reacted. I reacted to all of them.
Okay.
And he said, shake my head. Drew Lemacks is giving bottom at this point. I'm sorry, King. And then I responded back, episode coming this week. And he said, yeah. So, no.
Giving bottom.
Always top.
Giving bottom.
Do you want me to keep going since the list on here is longer? Or do you want to
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. Well, one of them is a duplicate. Chris asked on my personal Facebook as well.
Right.
Jeremy, you'll be disappointed. He says, who is your stepladder?
Who is my stepladder?
Yeah. It's a joke because, stepmom stuck in the...
Oh, my God.
And we have the stepladder that's been...
Y'all are dumb. Who's my stepladder? All right. Nicole asked, are you excited to come visit me? For those of you who don't know, Nicole is my sister. She randomly will pop on Instagram once a month, and she happened to see the question and responded, are you excited to come visit me? And yes, the answer is yes. I'm very excited.
She's been talking about it basically every day for probably...
It'll be Chloe's first time on an airplane.
Yeah.
So
What, you
testing it out, flying from here
came
to
up
Pennsylvania.
With this last month, 2 months ago?
Well, my sister's been asking for several months, and I finally conceded and said, all right, if it works out for fall break, then we'll do it. So just Chloe and I are going on a little adventure on an airplane to Philadelphia.
You could pack Chloe in your overhead storage bin.
Stop.
She fit neatly in the little overhead compartment. She's
so excited to go on
She's
the
small
plane.
enough she could probably fly in your lap. You don't even need to buy a ticket.
Oh my God. She's so excited.
All right. So Pat Buzzard says a question that I've asked the kids jokingly multiple times. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? We looked this up one time, actually, so there is a real answer because the swallow is also a bird. But that's not what the question is intended to ask. The question is intended to ask, how fast can you swallow?
How fast do you guys think I can?
We can bring him down here sometime, or we can visit him. He's at Bragg, Liberty, whatever you want to call it.
Okay, I'm not inviting a Jody situation.
No, not. I'm saying for...
Because that's the way you made it.
No, I'm saying you can beat him up. You know, he's...
What?
Yeah. All right, back to you. The next one from you is from Chris, so...
Do you like being in insurance, Sean? The answer is yes. I love it.
You do?
I do. I really do. I really love helping my clients. I really do.
Okay. She likes helping clients that are willing to be helped. We'll put it that way. Not the ones who are like, but last year my rates were this, and then I got into 3 car accidents. How could they have possibly increased?
No, it's the, I got in a DUI. Yeah. How dare my rate go up?
Yeah. So... But one of the presidential candidates is promising that 25% cut. He didn't specify which type of insurance. Or maybe he did and I just wasn't paying attention, but that's one of his promises.
I could see it being more on the health side.
Maybe. Who knows?
That's affecting everybody. I'm in insurance and I don't even have health insurance because it's too expensive.
I kind of do.
He has VA benefits.
Yeah.
So he goes to the VA.
All right. Michael Duke Newcomb, or were you going again?
No. I just was reading ahead.
When will y'all make an appearance on Unsubscribed Podcast? And I responded with, episode coming next week. And then he responded with, on Unsubscribe, hell yeah. And I couldn't respond to say no. No, Eli and co have not invited us.
Well, shout out to you guys you need to invite us.
Yeah.
Or at least this one.
Eli, we would love to come on, even virtually. I don't know that they've ever done remote guests. So that's the conversation that I was having with John a couple months ago, was that it just felt weird now that everybody's back to normal to do remote guests. But, sometimes, because schedules.
Yeah, I mean, travel is so expensive.
Yeah. So they have what they call their podcast house.
Okay.
That's where they film, is in a living room in their podcast house. I don't know if anybody actually lives there or not, but
probably not.
That'd be a good way, like put your guests up there, and then whatever, you don't have to put them in your actual house or help with any of that kind of stuff. So yeah, we would love to. Eli does give us a lot of tips and feedback. He's helped with quality, like production tweaks. He's told me what works and what doesn't for them, and what we should focus on, what we shouldn't. So the fact that this is in 30 frames per second rather than 60 frames per second, even though it's 4K, was because Eli said the majority of people don't care and don't notice. And honestly, they probably don't. There's no real motion other than me moving my hand. So the only thing that you would notice is the motion blur from that.
Okay.
But people, if you're looking at your phone or you're listening to us on Spotify and not even watching the video, it really doesn't matter.
Right.
So I was being overzealous with my quality. We do record at a very high bit rate because that helps with the low lighting in here. It helps the cameras capture higher level light. So,
yeah. That's a lot of information.
It is. Eli's helped a lot with it, and I definitely appreciate it. I send him pictures of every time we upgrade the set, and he's like, genuinely seems like, he's like, yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
You're improving. You're taking feedback and you're actually applying it. You're not just being like, no, we're better than you. No, I know we're not better than you.
Facts.
They have like 130,000 subscribers now just on YouTube.
Wow.
Maybe even more at this point. I went and looked just for giggles recently. I think they were closer to maybe 150. So it's nice when people already know who you are because you already have
An audience.
not just an audience, but you've already done something like a popular venture.
Mm-hmm.
All of the guys on their podcast are already well known from their independent, like from Black Rifle or Fat Electrician from his YouTube shorts and TikToks and stuff, and then became a full feature length, I guess you would call it, YouTuber, because he publishes videos that are like an hour long now.
Okay.
So yeah, the AK guy, all those guys all have something that they came from that was big and successful. So congrats to those guys. And it's nice to see that sometimes you can, I wouldn't even call it a pivot. Would you call it a pivot? Because they're not.
It's a collaboration. It's not a pivot.
Yeah. So, but if you can hear the dog scratching, sorry about that. What's your next one?
My last one is, how many times a day does she roll her eyes at you? Asked Tony.
She's going to give you the wrong number because the real number is much higher. Because I'll even say, why'd you roll your eyes? And she's like, I didn't. She totally rolled it. She probably did it right there when I was telling the story. She's going to say she didn't. Did you roll your eyes?
I rolled my eyes 4 times, guys.
Just now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, wait, hold on. Question for the commenters. Does it count as one if it's from one sentence or action or whatever? For example, if you roll your eyes, but I didn't see it, but it was because I said or did something, and then you had to do it again to make sure I see it, does that count as one or multiple? I count it as one.
Lame.
How many would you count it as? All 4?
Sure.
Okay. You know that if you do that, you're going to your eyes are going to fall out of your head. That's science.
Again, more lies our parents told us.
Is that one of them?
Yeah.
You
If you roll your eyes, they're going to get stuck like that.
Somebody commented on one of the eye things on YouTube, and I said that I wanted to look into it, and now I can't remember. I have to pull that back up. It was an interesting fact.
Okay.
It was something to do with the eyes, and I was like, I've never heard that before, but it had enough logical, I don't know. I guess realistically, if you type things clearly enough and use the right words, it can sound true, but it sounded possible, in the realm of possibility. I'll pull it up. Should I just pull it up right now?
Sure.
Okay, let me pull it up right now. Pull up YouTube Studio because that'll be easier. Comments. Scroll back. Wait, I've responded to it already. We had a lot of comments today, actually.
Good.
We need to thank Doc K for being a channel member.
Thank you.
Thank you. He gets a little icon of the Always Right Brigade every time he comments.
Is he the only channel member?
Yeah. Aw, yeah.
So
join the channel on YouTube.
There.
All of you subscribers that are subscribed everywhere else, that's the best way right now to support us if you don't want to donate money or buy a shirt is to become a channel. Because I think it's a 99-cent tier is the lowest tier. Maybe it's $1.99.
Okay.
On Substack, I set the tiers to the absolute lowest that they would allow me. But because they use Stripe for payment processing and they want to take a cut and Stripe wants to take a cut, I think the minimum was $2.99. So
Gotcha.
That's not me thinking we're worth $2.99. That's literally the minimum it lets me set it to. I tried 99 cents, it gave me an error. Tried $1.99, it gave me an error. So I ended up finally it gave me a little banner that said, it has to be set above this.
Gotcha.
But their defaults were starting at $30 a month. And I was like, yeah, nobody's going to subscribe to us for $30 a month. Let's see here. Bacon. Hey, family. Notifications on. Hate when people eat so loud in public. Support Fixed Friend by visiting the link If you guys haven't supported that, there's more shelters in Western North Carolina that are looking for fosters and donations. So if you guys are into that kind of thing or can support that kind of thing, you should look into that. I can't speak on the reputation of any of the fundraisers, but I mean, usually they're pretty clear when they're, good, positive people or organization because they'll have money. Unlike a YouTuber or a person that I just watched Angry Cops talk about last night or this morning. That's a funny story. We can talk about that some other time. Okay. Crazy woman. All right. I'm going to find this. I'm going to find it.
Whatever you say.
Why don't you read your last question then while I try and
find it? I already did.
Oh.
I said that was my last one. Okay. So I have nothing else.
People that lie about TV, never understood the point of collecting, blood boiling. Man, that story made my heart hurt. There's a lot of comments on YouTube. Not like a lot on every video, but there's a lot across all the videos.
I thought we were going to do a whole episode of what people contributed.
Yeah.
Except now you're going down a rabbit hole on this episode.
There's a small group of people that go and they watch consecutive episodes, but then there's also a group of people that only watch one episode or one episode a week or one episode a month. So repeating things is necessary, just like telling people to like, share, and subscribe.
Smooth.
Follow us in all the links in the description. The end cards in the end of the show. There was also a little thing that probably popped up at 30 seconds in the top right of your video that said, follow us. Click on that and it'll take you to the link page.
Okay.
Yeah. They're also in the pinned comment on YouTube. They're in every description on every platform. Just click through whatever your fancy is. People want Anthony back on the show. All right, I'm not finding this. There's one person that's mad at you.
Oh, yeah? For what?
Because they think you get Botox and all kinds of things. And I was like, okay. I was like, she doesn't get any of that.
Why would that be something to be mad about?
They're mad at you. They think that you're going to kill yourself with it.
What?
Yeah. I was like, okay. Seriously.
What?
Yeah. All right. I am still... What? Celestial creature? What?
Okay.
Sometimes commenters just straight up sound like AI gibberish, and I don't know why that benefits anybody. This person talking about celestial creatures reproducing with mortals.
Okay. What?
Yeah. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's not. Okay. I'm not finding it. I thought I was going to find it. But anyways, something about the eyes, something about that comment from that video.
Okay.
So, yeah, there is a search feature.
Very vague, and you spent 5 minutes scrolling on your phone, wasting all of our time.
Sorry. If you guys have additional questions that you want to ask in the future, drop them in the comments of this video on any platform. Doesn't matter. We can aggregate them, post them on our socials as well if you want to.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. All right, let's get to these last ones then.
Yes. Get it.
There was a good one that had more follow-up as well. Was it this one? Yeah. All right. Michael Rogers asks, You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. Would you rather a dog and have no one know, or have everyone convinced you have a dog even though you hadn't?
Oh, hell no to both.
But you have to answer one or the other. Would you rather do it and nobody know?
No.
Or not do it and
be
have
known
everybody
as a
think?
Dog?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I would never do it. So I guess just be known as that.
Yeah. That's the same answer as me. I would rather everybody drum up this rumor and it have never happened because I'm never going to fucking do it.
Are you allowed to defend yourself and say
He doesn't say
that I didn't do it?
We're answering the questions as they're presented. We're not adding our own variables to it. And I said episode coming next week and he said, boo, I want it now. What day? All right. This next one, which is good, and I think there's one more after this, but not in this thread. This one was good because his follow-up response adds to it to make it even better.
Okay, I'm ready.
Dylan Lerner says, "What is the safe word?" And I said, "Episode coming next week." And he said, "At least we know it's not television. Televisions are never safe." Because of my reputation now of breaking TVs. I did a handstand and knocked a TV over that wasn't mounted on the wall. And then the TV that came after the TV that replaced that, when moving it over here, taking it off the wall, I put my thumb through the screen and ruined that one. And she gave it to me as a birthday gift. So,
because he's brilliant.
Now we have this one that's partially in frame. And look, it's hanging on the wall. You can't tell it's hanging on the wall. It could be sitting on something. But it's definitely hanging on the wall, I promise.
But it's also in a precarious location that if you were to do a handstand, it would totally get...
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. But nobody in this family does handstands because none of us... Well, maybe Charlotte will do them one day. Because she's doing all that bouncy, flippy, spinny stuff.
Bouncy, flippy, tumbling. It's called tumbling.
Bouncy, flippy, spinny stuff. That's what I'm calling it, and you can't change my mind.
Bouncy, flippy, spinning stuff.
Yep. All right, let's go to the... Oh, my God.
We didn't answer, though.
Huh?
What is the safe word?
What is the safe word? What is the safe word?
Me begging, can we please have sex?
That's the opposite.
Right. So there is no safe word.
No. It's pineapple.
What?
No. So, no. That means that we're in danger. We're in danger and we need to go. Because we're not about that.
We're
that
not
life.
about the pineapple life.
Yeah.
So we're going to say pineapple. This is a bad situation. Pineapple-y. We need to get out of here.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's a little confusing for the audience.
Though. It's not though. Okay.
It's almost borderline. Do you do the dog or do you make people think that you did the dog?
No, I'm totally using it. And people will know. It'll be implied when they're like trying to listen in on the door, trying to barge in or something like that. And you're like, okay, we are out of here. Yeah, if we leave after saying it, that obviously means that we're afraid of the pineapple people.
No, because then if they're pineapple-y people and they hear us say pineapple, then they're going to think we're down for the pineapple life.
No, because we're leaving. We're trying to run away from them.
And it's like, follow us.
Okay, if a murderer is chasing you and you scream murderer.
I'm not down for the pineapple life, guys.
If there's a murderer chasing after you and you scream murderer.
No, you scream fire because nobody comes for help when you scream rape or murder or
But if you scream fire.
Help.
But if you scream fire and you're running.
You scream fire and they'll call
that means by your logic, that means you want fire. Hey, stop slurping. There's a dog slurping behind us. All right, Phil Knoll's last one.
Okay.
When vet bros and LARPers call themselves sheepdogs, what breed are they identifying with?
I don't understand.
There's this whole, people say the wolf and the sheep, and then you have the sheepdog, which protects the sheep from the wolf, and the alpha males and alpha bros. Yeah, it's all stupid. I'm going to say Chihuahua.
Okay.
They're loud, obnoxious.
A little yappy.
Yeah, they're loud, obnoxious. They have absolutely no bite.
I don't know. Actually, Chihuahuas do have some little gnarly teeth, and they'll break skin.
Okay, that's like being stung by a bee. That's nothing like being punched in the face by Mike Tyson.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of the threepers and LARPers and people with Punisher skulls on their car and their full DD-214 in their bio.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
It sounds like you're talking about specific people with those very specific things.
Those are basically the three main tropes: the Punisher skull, the 3%ers, and then Hey, you.
What do you guys think? What's your stop? So
you guys can probably see her. Yeah, if Nona slid to the side, you would see her. Yeah.
This way.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. All right. Well, that's all the questions. If you guys have more questions that you would like us to answer in the future, we can do another one of these every time we have enough questions to do one.
Yes, we need more questions.
Yeah. And what do you guys think of the editing changes recently? Do you like the highlight intro thing. Let me know if you guys like that. And we will see you.
And do you like the new set?
Yeah, I've posted pictures of it. People like it.
Okay, good.
All right.
I approve.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming,
This is
Nona.
super short.
No, thanks for coming. All right. We'll see
I
you guys.
want to come.
We'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.